Hello and welcome to Talking Defense, Rafael's Defense Magazine. Every program will be dedicated to a different subject with all relevant experts, data and aspects here in the studio and from around the world. Today, Drone Dome. With us today are Noam, Marketing and BD Director at the Air and Missile Defense Systems Division at Rafael. And from the US joins us Colonel Eric Brown, CTO of RSGS. Gentlemen, thank you very much both for joining me. Noam, we'll start with you. What exactly is the threat and why Drone Dome is needed at all?
Well, this kind of a threat was developed the last 10 years from kind of a toy that was made in order to enjoying kids, but very quick it became a kind of a tool that hostile, I would say, opponents using it because of its characteristics. So it could be used to get intel places we don't want them to intel. It can be used to drop some kind of small bombs in order to target people or target small vehicles. And also that can be used to smuggle drugs and weapons through borders and to jails. That kind of a threat become very useful because it's a cheap one. It's a very easy to purchase, it's a very easy to operate, and it's quite hard to face. I mean, it's a small, low RCS, it's fly very low, the speed is not the speed we are used to with other aviation threat. So it's kind of a challenge.
So let's speak, Noam, of both fields. First, how do you detect it? And secondly, how do you intercept it?
As I said before, the issue is how to detect, and not just detect. It's to classify, to identify, and then to mitigate. So for detection, we use several technologies in order to do that. We use the radar, we use RF sensors, we use some kinds of RF sensors, and then we use a very unique electro-optical device in order to classify it first, meaning classified is to define, is it a bird, or is it a balloon, or is it a real drone? And then when we classified it, we need to identify it as a friend or a foe. We do it with several technologies, including electro-optical devices.
And
for day and night.
And then you have to intercept it. There are two ways of intercepting, soft kill and hard kill. Obviously, you use both.
Absolutely. We can provide both. It depends on the country that purchases our system, because it's all about rules and the law in those countries. Nevertheless, the idea of soft kill is to jam the RF communication between the operator and its drone, and to jam the communication from the drone to the satellite, which provide the location of the drone, the GPS. Both can be jammed together or separately. That's one kind of hard kill. Another soft kill is to take control over the drone, and we have some kinds of methods to do that. That's for the soft kill. The hard kill, we developed the last few years laser beam, which is small enough but effective enough to shoot down drones, and it's a very effective, cost-effective, that allows us not to spend too much money in order to shoot them down.
Yes. So Eric Brown, over to you in the US. Do you see an opportunity for Drone Dome to be used in the US military or the DoD, Department of Defense?
Yes. In the last three years, with the proliferation of counter-UAS in the commercial sector, this has become a problem here in the United States, as well as when deployed. specifically incursions with commercial drones in sensitive areas, military installations, and then also in theater, where the enemy have used commercial DJI drones just to gather intelligence on troop locations. So Drone Dome would be a great add to the inventory to help defeat these nuisance and really a dangerous threat.
It's quite complicated, Eric, because it's a threat in the field, battlefield, but it's also an asset. You know, commercial companies, as you've mentioned, are using it. We hear Amazon and others are about to use that, but still it can interfere with airports, etc. So, you know, it becomes from an enemy to a friend, or what we call a frenemy, and it's hard to define. So who are the clients?
Yeah, and that's where it gets very, very tough. It's specifically with the use of the drones in the commercial sector. In the United States, a drone is classified as an aircraft. So you cannot just shoot a drone down without the proper authorities. And that's being addressed right now. It's definitely a safety issue at airports with the FAA. So those are some of the customers right now that are really knocking on the door, trying to find capability, such as soft kill capability that they can deploy right here at airports to safeguard our flight lines, to ensure that one of those commercial drones don't get pulled into an aircraft engine and cause some type of injury or accident. So yes, it's a problem that's hard to get our arms around, but the identification piece that Drone Dome brings, as Noam stated, to determine whether it's a friend or enemy.
So Noam, back to you. We've seen, you know, the Madrid airport and the Gatwick airport in London and other places, civil places being shut down and paying a heavy price because of, you know, drones that can be carried out by children just playing around. What kind of a solution do you offer them? Because we usually think of, you know, a traditional battlefield, armies, etc. But we speak of a commercial arena which is endless. It's enormous.
You're absolutely right. What we call a stray drone, meaning it's not somebody with malicious intention to penetrate the airspace and to do some harmful, but it can do some very hard or disaster results if it will be collision with an airliner, which is about to land or to take off. In order to avoid that, what we provide to airports, international airports, is kind of drone dome, in the meaning of, first of all, detection, and then the capability building the air traffic controllers' air situational awareness. Meaning that if he will understand where is the drone in his airspace, he can actually, first of all, do the deconfliction with the airliners. And that will avoid the need to close down all the airspace for hours, like it was in Gatwick and many, many other airports all over the world.
Yes, Noam, just a quick question. Can you sell it anywhere, to any state, commercially, to armies? Who are the immediate clients?
Well, both. I mean, if it's military needs, we are dealing with armed forces all over the world. If it's civilian, like airports, we are dealing with civil authorities. It's always governmental authorities, of course, but it can be transportation ministry or MOD, like in Israel.
Noam here in Israel, Eric Brown in the US. Thank you very much, gentlemen, both for joining me today. And that's all from us today. We'll be back shortly with another edition of Talking Defense. Until then, stay safe and stay tuned. Bye-bye.